Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Danganronpa Part 9. In the previous video, we did all of our final preparations before the first trial, or at least I'm assuming it's the first. I have a feeling the game is a little bit longer than this. I don't actually know, I have no clue exactly how long Danganronpa is. I'm on the assumption that it's a little long just because most visual novels are, but let's go ahead and jump in and see what's going on. Now, we don't really have great evidence. Our best killer piece of evidence is the number, which I believe is supposed to be Leon upside down. Other than that, we don't really have shit, so we might get executed. I would not be surprised if we ended up getting executed because we fuck up. But let's go. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. Oh, we're not just having it in this tiny little room? Then we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. Sir, I thought we were friends. They really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? Fucking Togan. I still keep forgetting to check and see how you pronounce his first name. Because they do say their first name when they get introduced. The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? Yeah, it's fucking Togami over there.
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Okay, so we do have a special room for it. I was a little surprised when we walked in and everyone was just jam-packed in here. I'm on to you, sir. Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready? Honestly, I yelled.
Got it!
Relax, I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Where do I go? I guess let's click on the elevator. Let's get started. Now, Hina, you're our only alibi. Please don't betray us. I can't help but wonder what whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now. Well, we'll tell you later. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes.
Good
indeed.
idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding the case yourself. Why me? If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice and try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, towards the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy, clunking sounds towards the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time has finally come.
Oh,
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Yeah, she's more correct. Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. Ooh, fancy. You've finally arrived! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? I mean, kinda. It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit.
Not even close, it's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. What is this, class? Hurry up now, hurry up! He did what he said and found our seats. They're not really seats, are they? Because you can't really, you know, sit. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. Which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain on our first case opened. Well, they're saying first, so that seems like a pretty good assumption there's going to be more. Unless we, you know, get executed. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. Deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, and a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Let's, sure, let's save it up. What? Skill. Increases what? Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time what? Okay. I mean, that's the only skill we have. So, okay. Alright. Let's go? I guess we'll go. All rise for the class trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
And so we have to come to an assumption as a class, correct? So even if we know the answer, I guess we have to convince everyone else?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Fucking got him.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
No.
What's going on with those pictures?
I don't know, it's to like psychologically mess you up before the trial.
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
I mean, anime friendship is a very powerful force.
Friendship penetrates?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
Oh yeah, I thought I saw it.
There were
I couldn't
only
tell if we
15
couldn't,
of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
But why?
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
Is there like gonna be someone who's been hiding out in the school this entire time that we don't know about?
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop... Sure, tell me more. As things progress during each trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak up after another without pause. Oh shit. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. You'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Okay, okay. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Oh god. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right one. If you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so please be careful. The controls have been a little awk, so I'm a little worried about this. Press the escape key during these arguments, you can review. See, the problem is that, like, the launcher, like, I've been using the controller, like, since, like, the second video. The launcher does not recognize my controller, despite, obviously Steam does, and the fact that, I mean, it's, like, working right now. But I can't actually switch it over to use, controller button prompts, which is kind of annoying. Well then, good luck and have fun! Okay. Evidence of a struggle. What?
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Okay.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Okay, yeah, that's correct.
In the bathroom.
Yeah. So far, so good.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise. when she was
Absolutely
in the
incorrect. What button do I press? Get blasted.
She didn't even have a...
I don't know what button to press, dude. Okay, maybe use the mouse for a second. Get blasted. There's something odd about that last statement. It definitely contradicts what I already know. we'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot or refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words are in a different color. Did you happen to notice? That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak point. These weak points reveal important, though not always inaccurate, sections of a person's statement. They're only effective against these weak spots. So if you see one come... Okay, I'm just going to switch to the mouse for this for a second, because this is like... I've hit every button on the controller and nothing worked. You can fast forward an argument by holding down the control key. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
So wait, where are we supposed to be clicking?
We know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's
Or we're supposed to be
room.
clicking on the words?
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
Like,
She didn't even have a chance to resist.
okay. Oh, so you have to click on the text? That's a little awkward, not gonna lie, but whatever.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Yeah,
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
yeah, that's why you visit the crime scene, Chihiro.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
Yeah.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide.
Oh, yeah, that would kind of explain why they had to break down the door then. Is that maybe they didn't know, they thought it was locked? Because if she would have known how to open the door, the bathroom thing.
The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Shut the fuck up. You know, because you were there.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Keep it in your pants, sir. Need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Okay? Now we know it was a knife, so we're looking for anything that contradicts a knife. Got it.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
You're correct.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
Well, it wasn't a random
Why would anyone
knife.
do something like that?
It wasn't a
Son of a bitch.
Okay. Apparently that's incorrect. I mean, we very obviously
So what
clicked
was
on
used
it.
to kill her?
Oh god, I didn't mean to do that.
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
Uh-huh, yeah.
So the killer used some random knife they had.
That's
wrong.
I don't know why I had to click on it twice, but apparently you have to click on it twice. Well, we didn't click fast enough last time?
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sorta see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
You could sorta?
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
I mean, you don't have to look that close.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
Well, we know that they had to get it from the kitchen, dumbass.
I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Okay, well, when we kill Hifumi, we're gonna make sure it's in your room so that you get blamed.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
Yeah, that's like the most suspicious thing Leon said so far, was like trying to quickly get the trial over.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about sure. You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. It'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. It consumes the focus gauge, and if this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. It will recover slowly over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Okay. So when we're aiming, we should hold space. Okay, so we have Oya's account to save us.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right?
Incorrect.
He did it in secret.
No, that's wrong.
So you just have to like click it as soon as you see orange text. I assume maybe for now it's just like the first orange text, but later on it might get more complicated.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Don't you dare fucking betray us.
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. And when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. You're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
Don't say no. Don't add any qualifiers to it.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
See, there you go.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other? Idiot swimmer girl?
I mean, that's... Theoretically, that's a sound line of logic.
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Because we're the greatest and everyone loves us, right?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear if there is.
Yeah, I've wondered
also
about this
become
too.
Blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
But being an accomplice sounds like a shit deal.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief! Enough already!
That's
no,
true.
Okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
The killer?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
I mean, she's got a point.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I mean, she'd be pretty fucking dumb to, you know, tell the story like that if she was actually the killer.
I can.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
What?
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
Oh.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over.
1 second.
Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
No.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Yeah, I mean, we've already established that us and Sayaka switched rooms, so...
So, I don't think that's a problem.
We already know it's okay.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
That doesn't have anything to do with this situation, though.
But I'm a girl.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
They
I'm
actually
so
did
sorry.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Why
Please
the
say it was
person did
Togami.
come to the dining hall
Please
while
say it
we
was
were there?
Togami.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Junko, maybe? It wasn't Sayaka.
Sayaka.
Oh, it was Sayaka.
She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
So it could have been... Like, she could have had the knife on her? Sayaka? Person who took the knife? I mean, I guess it was... I can't actually click anything?
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the
Dude,
one
the
who took
controls
the
are so bad. Like, some things are mouse controlled, some things aren't mouse controlled.
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it?
I mean...
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Could we? Oh, yeah, I guess we could have.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
God, I hate this woman.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
Also, I hate this dude. Dude, I hate, like, most of these guys. I don't actually hate them, but they are, like, come on. Give me a break.
You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. I mean, I understand it. You gotta put the heat on the main character. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide
Kyoko,
conclusively that Makoto is
our
the
savior.
killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering.
I mean, they'd be dumb as shit. We'd have to be a dumbass, which, I mean, I can understand them thinking that we are, but...
And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, totally. The first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Like, why can this not have, like, mouse control? Like, why do I have to, like, use the fucking arrow keys, which is, like, kind of awkward, because who uses the arrow keys? But I can't use the controller, because the controller is weird. As things advance further in the class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse to aim. Press the left mouse button to shoot the desired letters. Okay? If we shoot the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to our influence gauge. Okay, so we fail. Good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. Hair. The hair. Maybe? That's like the only thing I can think of. But I mean, we had the lint roller, so... That doesn't necessarily... That just means we cleaned up afterwards. That's the only thing I can really remember her being super interested in, okay? H. I mean, yeah, they're definitely going for hair. I need an A. I don't... That's an O. That's an I. Okay, so wait, no. Maybe... We've got the I right, but I don't really... U. You're just giving me, like, the same letters over and over again. I mean, I thought it was hair, but... I don't really... I'm kind of confused. Because we've hit H a few different times and it hasn't worked. No, it's not O. Not H. It's still not H. Oh, you have to hit it multiple times! They didn't explain that.
understand?
Dude.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
Good thing it's forgiving.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room?
But, well...
It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yeah.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Yeah, also, they'd be dumb as shit to kill someone in their own room and then just go... not say... And plus, we were the ones who found the body! Which, I mean, that doesn't necessarily absolve you, but... I mean, if we killed Sayaka in our room, we would be dumbasses to let everyone else know that she's dead. Like, we could have just played dumb forever.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Thank you.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Maybe if you use your fucking brain cells.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
Dude, Kyoko's the only person with any intelligence.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom.
Yeah, because we know how the bathroom door works, so we wouldn't have had to break the doorknob.
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
We do. Yep. Evidence that proves it is the doorknob. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
It's a knob on doors that lets you open them.
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
Who knows?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob.
But it doesn't have a lock.
This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
Thank you.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
Oh.
But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
It ain't got a lock, dude.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
It was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice at first, but is that the key point there? A bit more to learn about non-stop debates, absolutely. Okay, so you can use the mouse wheel, but you have no mouse control, so that's actually a little bit better. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. No matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is that not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Okay, that's better. It's more interesting, I guess I should say. You'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. So, just click on the thing that's wrong. Got it. You have to use your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Now, if it wasn't the bathroom door frame, so we just gotta, it's probably gonna be something lock related, I would assume.
Took place in Makoto's room.
You just gotta, like, it's gotta be so
Sayaka
fast.
was first attacked in the main room.
That's correct.
She then fled into the bathroom.
That's also correct.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
At that point, the killer had to try and
We
bust
didn't bust down the door. Well, wait, that's not correct. I mean, that's not right.
Shoot!
I thought I mentioned something about the
incident
lock.
took place in Makoto's room.
Sayaka
Okay.
was first. She then fled into the.
Then the killer ran and they got
Into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to
Yeah.
try and bust down the door.
I thought it said
because
bust
Sayaka
the...
had locked
Yeah,
it.
the locked part.
No, that's wrong.
So when the lines of dialogue are long, you
The
actually
reason my
don't have to
bathroom
be
didn't
quite so
open
fast,
wasn't
but...
because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
What a weird thing that just happens to be important to the case.
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door...
It's because we're not lucky. Haha.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
Nameplates.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Because, I mean, we assume they probably thought it was Sayaka's room, right? Something the killer didn't know. For some reason, they were convinced the door was locked. Which means the important detail, they didn't know that it took place in our room.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Yeah, Tagami, you hear that? You're a dumbass.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Yeah, you probably feel a lot of regret about it, don't you?
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. You know something else that just reminded me is that Leon's the one that tells us about the nameplates that's like surprised about it. So that is another thing that kind of implicates him, like him being like kind of like shocked about it, I guess. Like it's something he wouldn't have known.
Okay, then who did do it?
Like him learning that after the fact, because it's kind of like a realization of like that's why she was in the room. It's because like he apparently got the name, you know?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
I actually kind of would like to save the game, to be honest, because I do have to end the video soon, and I need to go eat.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Oh, so you're worried because you know that we've got the killer piece of evidence.
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Yeah, I like Hina. Hina and Kyoko, those are the only two I actually like so far.
Oh yeah. Okay, so...
I mean, if Mondo hadn't have punched us, he'd be pretty cool.
Well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes.
That is something we still don't know.
How did the killer get inside?
You know, Sakura's also okay. She seems pretty level-headed.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
No.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
I got no opinion on Chihiro.
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
Which is?
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
Nope.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Let's just say case number 2 is going to be the case of how Hifumi got stuffed into the incinerator.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she was, like, shooken up. We have the answer. So... I mean, like, we know, I'm just trying to think of which one of these is the actual... the correct thing. So, like, we know she wouldn't because she was all shaken up, but which one of these proves that she was shaken up and, like, worried about... Because we switched rooms, I guess. That's your evidence? No, I mean, maybe not. You disputed my statements, let's hear it. Okay. I don't really know what we're looking for here. Switching rooms!
I got it!
I had the right idea, I just clicked on the wrong
Sayaka
thing.
was
I didn't
already
see that there.
scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Same goes for you, Sayaka. Or Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. And then she said she won't open it.
Knowing what she
Just believe that this conversation
I just can't
happened.
believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Could be.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
That's a good counter
I
question.
know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
Oh. Okay, come see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? Huh.
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
I don't think anyone's really going to be investigating you.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Okay.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
Now, can I, like, save the game? Because I kind of do want to end the video.
So, Makoto, did you write
Not necessarily because, I mean, I'm okay with making a longer video, but I've got food coming. I didn't realize this was going to take quite so long.
But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
I mean, who would she wanted to meet with?
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
So could it have been that she was trying to get someone there to kill them? Like, maybe she was actually the person trying to kill and it was a self-defense thing? Because maybe she was so shaken up by the video that she wanted to get out, so she cracks. And then she comes up with this plan to, you know, murder someone, but it doesn't work out. I mean, that's maybe a little far-fetched, but...
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Alright, we'll find out what Celeste has to say in the next video. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye guys.